If you are wanting to land more clean shots in sparring, not go off the guard, but actually land to the head, the body, or down to the thigh, you have to tune in for this entire episode because I'm going to share with you something which I learned years ago to open up your sparring partner and make sure that your percentage of shots thrown that land is so much higher. Big thanks to the episode sponsor, XMartial, who have fantastic shorts, hoodies, and all sorts of other gear. I have a link down below where you can use my promo code Gabriel Varga to save yourself 10% on your next order. Now, years ago, when I started sparring, it was just kind of panic when you decide to go on offense. You just step in, you're just like, ah, and you throw, and you hope something lands. And then bit by bit, you start to realize that I should not be focused on volume in sparring, but more so the percentage of shots which are actually landing. This allows you to conserve energy and create more damage on your opponent. Or if you're sparring, not really creating more damage because you're not trying to hurt them, but knowing that you could create damage. So how did I go about making that transition from just high volume of throwing shots to actually landing much more? I want all of you to try and use what I started implementing into my sparring years ago. And it was as simple as this. When we're in front of somebody, not just going straight in on the attack, but starting to analyze a couple weaknesses that they might have. So if on your last attack you went jab, cross, hook, and you finish with a low kick, and let's say the low kick lands clean, don't abandon the low kick. Come right back in and throw another low kick. If they don't check it, great. You're going to set up and throw another one. And you're going to hit that spot on repeat until they are hyper focused on it. That is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get somebody hyper focused on defending a certain technique. Now, obviously, if you just sit here and you go 1, 2, by the time you get to number 3, they're 100% going to be blocking it, unless their skill level is nowhere close to yours. But you can disguise it behind a couple other techniques. But once they get hyper focused on that, you are then going to exploit them for being too focused on that. So then I might pump my hip and then come down to the body and then switch levels up to the head. The likelihood of this hook and this high kick landing is so much higher because they're thinking about something. But it does not need to be just that one low kick. I could be on the outside, and I used to do this very often. I would do something like, okay, I'm gonna jab low. I'd fake high and then jab low. Once I've touched them twice, I know they're focused on that. I might fake down low again, then I go to execute and sweep up to the head. You are going to create fear in them. Too much fear on one area and then exploit it. Some of my favorite ways to do this, I'll show you right now, is number 1, start hitting them with lots of front kicks. Front kicks are great because you can wait for them if you want to come towards you and stop them. And then you can go on the attack and move around a little bit. If they come towards you again, stop them. And then fake and knee, or then fake and punch and low kick, or something after. I love that one. It's so good. You touch them a few times, you get them scared, and then boom. Oh boy. That's a fantastic one. Another very simple one is getting them scared of the jab. Right, I flick it out 3 or 4 times, really just focused on speed. If you did my strike ready courses, you'll remember that I talked about covering the distance on the first shot and then landing the second. So you give them that, hit them a couple times, and then fake the jab and come around to the hook. Because if they go to parry, and especially if they go too far, they're wide open there. So I give a little twitch and then come around. But you always hit them with 1, 2, maybe even a third one beforehand. You look for little mistakes in their defense. And of course, we could take this to such an advanced level because you're hyper focused on mistakes they're making. You're setting them up. You're looking at many other factors. But as a beginner or an intermediate, just hitting the same technique once and twice and then going, okay, now I'm just going to fake and throw something entirely different. The chance of landing the follow-up technique, the probability just skyrockets. And I would do this all the time with everybody in sparring sessions and just have so much success. And if you're wanting to land something that's fancier, Let's say I want to set up a spinning side kick, or I want to set up a question mark kick. Those type of techniques are a little longer in throwing, right? They're not as fast as just going boom. There's a spin involved, and while it's still a fast technique, it does add to the length, especially when I start faking and transitioning. So to just throw those and randomly hope they land, you're taking a bit of a risk, maybe even wasted energy. But if you do something like, okay, I land once, and then I land twice, and then I fake low and come high, now there's a good chance that's gonna land. And this is how we make fancy techniques or even beginner techniques really work. But when you can do this, when you can have the mindset that in there you can still stay defensively safe, you can still blast off your fast combos, but you can set things up in between, oh my gosh, your brain is working on a different level in sparring than most other people. If you can get to this point, congratulations. Start adding it into your training, see what you can do with it, and I guarantee you, with a little work, you're gonna start landing so much more frequently in your sparring rounds. Let's call it there, everybody.